Okay, we're doing our birdhouse. Okay, so this is fine. I'm good with that. I'm going to clean this edge up a little bit. And right here. And then I'm coming back with, and that was like, I guess, I think that's a Chinese orange, but if you have a darker orange, or burnt orange, that would, I think that'll work if you mix a little yellow with it. Maybe a little Naples or something. We'll play around in class. Or play around at home. Okay. And then I'm going to come back with just clean water and bring that down. Okay. That's all we gotta do. And over here, we're going to get that same color that you use here. I'm turning my paper so that I can get a good line. And this is why it's helpful to take your paper down. Try to get it in one go. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a minute. You know what, and I'm going to come in, it's real strong, but I want it to show. And then I'm going to come under in here. This is the burnt sienna, because it'll be darker right on the bottom. There. And the other thing I'm going to do is make a really hard line right there. And that gives us definition. And I realize these should be the same. Well, they don't look the same in the picture, but on my painting that I'm going to do in class, they're the same. Okay. So maybe what we'll do is bring this out a little bit. I don't do a lot of architecture. Okay. That's a joke. Well, it's not. I really don't. But what we can do, well, it's a birdhouse. I don't care. And then we're going to come under here. And we're going to do the same thing. And we're going to hit this again when it's wet. Okay. So try, when you're doing this, load your brush up and try to one stroke. Rest your elbow on the table and you move your arm. And that's how you do it. There you go. Alright. This is going to bug me, but maybe I'll go inside the line. And then we're going to get a flat. And we're going to get it damp. And this is pretty stiff, so we're going to practice in here. And you're just going to make it, you know, look like wood, give it texture. There you go. Alright. So that was our practice. And now we're going to come in. This is burnt sienna, so we're going to see. And I'm going to start at the bottom. And it doesn't have to be, I mean, you don't want this in one go, right? And pull that down. And then we're going to get some darker, this is the umber. And coming under here, because there will be an overhang. This is dry on dry. So, if you remember when you first started and we, you know, we did the mountains with the dry brush, you might need a little more water. You want mostly very dry paint. And for this, you know, we're not going to hit like the hair. But, you know, we don't want it all to be dry, I think. Yeah. And so now, as we did that, you're going to go over to your darkest brown that you have, which might be Van Dyke brown. I don't know what your darkest brown is. And we're going to make a different, you know, we got to, I might put purple in here now. Get it darker. Okay, actually we are. I wonder what I'm doing. I'm putting a little purple. I'm spreading the purple around. And I'll do it in here too. Okay. and then so in these darker areas, I'm going to come back. Okay, like under here, this would be dark. Under the bird would be dark. It's a shadow. And under the bird right here would be dark. But I'm making seeds, just so you know. And I'm going to come back with some gray. And this is going to be the shadow of the bird. And alright, so I'm going to go ahead. I have this color on here, so we're going to use it. And it's going to be lighter here. We're going to get darker here. Okay. I'm just setting this under here real nicely. I want this super, super dark, so I'm just going to try to find anything. I'll have to wait till it's dry.